By the end of this video, we'll have made it to the start of the January transfer window, and this is where I need your help. We've got, as of right now, £18.5 million to spend, plus an extra £50,000 of wage budget. I need you to let me know down in the comments what you would spend that on if you were me. I don't want to know player names. I want to know sort of transfer policy stuff. Should I be looking for 3 or 4 players? Spread that money out. Should I be looking for one marquee signing? What sort of positions do we need to strengthen? Let me know down in the comments. And by the next episode, you'll have seen what I actually did, which is probably ignored everybody and signed 3 right backs. Hello and welcome to Club 4, Part 9 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we have those final 2 games of the Christmas period, and we're at home against Wolves and away against West Ham. That then gets us to the halfway point of the season and the all-important start of the January transfer window. Since you were last with me, we've just been a mid-table Premier League team. Things are going really rather well. We had a massive result against Manchester United. Was that in the video? I think the last video was Chelsea and Huddersfield, wasn't it? We followed that up with a massive result against Manchester United. An equally massive draw away against Arsenal. Simon Hall, the wonder kid, really starting to show just how good he is. He's now our top scorer, our highest average rated player, most assists. We're kind of a one-man team, and it's all about Simon Hall, that he was outstanding in those 2 games. We then drew against Newcastle, drew against Leicester, and beat Tottenham. It's been a very, very good run of 5 results, and leaves the league table looking like this. 18 games gone, we're in 10th place on 25 points. That is better than any of us could have hoped for, I think. And we're only 15 points away from safety. We're looking for that 40-point target for the season. We could be there by February if we carry on in the sort of form that we're in, and very importantly we're 11 points clear of that relegation zone, which is also massive. So I think it's safe for us to work on the basis that we're building a team to be in the Premier League again next season. So we need to now start building that team. This is the financial situation. Obviously for a mid-table Premier League team, this is absolute peanuts. If we have a look at the Premier League itself, how do we do that? League table, transfers, this is what we're looking for. And just to give you an idea of how big the transfers are at this level, is this what I was trying to see? This seems like these transfers are relatively low. No, there you go. So for a real top quality Premier League player, obviously you're looking at spending a lot more. I don't know why some of them are highlighted in red and some of them aren't. Don't really. Okay, that was weird. I don't know what's going on there, but obviously we're not in this kind of league anyway. But if you look at the teams around us, what sort of players are they buying? Brighton, I think, are an equivalent team to us. It looks like it buys one player, the kind of budget that we've got. Let's take Harry Wilson as an example. He's on probably more money than we could afford to give him, and he's cost what would be the most our maxed out wage budget. But he is a player who's come in and he's doing a job for Brighton. I'm not saying we're going to go out and buy Harry Wilson. In fact, was that his name? But I think that's the kind of player, if we go for one, that's the kind of calibre we're going to be looking for. So don't expect a Champions League quality player if we spend the entire budget on one man. Or we could just try and go a bit more bargain basement areas. There are bargains to be had, even from the bigger teams picking up bargains. I mean, Casey Palmer as an example. That, to me, seems like a bit of a bargain. Tottenham picking him up for £7 million and then barely playing him. I mean, that would be a beautiful signing for us. But I'm fairly sure he's going to be quite happy earning £100,000 a week, sat on Tottenham's bench, rather than coming in and be. I mean, he would be a star for us. But that, I mean, we want proper bargain hunting along those lines. But like I said in the intro, let me know down in the comments what you think we should be focusing on. Or do we just save it all for the summer and make do with what we've got? Because obviously what we've got has got us comfortably in mid-table at the moment. I don't know where my team has gone. There we are. These are the players that we're going to play against Wolves anyway, and we're obviously looking for another win today. If we can pick up another win today, then things really do start to look really rather pleasant. So we're going with Rinner in goal, a back four of Bryan, Moore, Duffy and Larson, with Tiny O in front, and Cullen and Calderon as a midfield. I think we probably need another midfielder. Any injury to any of those 3, we're in trouble. Any injury to Brian at left back, we're in trouble. Larsson's 33, injury to him, we're in trouble. And we then got Mitrovic up front. We do have decent strength in depth up front. We've got McBurney, we've got power. The Aubameyang experiment hasn't really worked, so I think Aubameyang is probably done. He was only on contract for this season. I think I'm probably finished with him at this point. Matriza and Keegan are going to be the ones supporting from the wings today. I've got to remind myself why Simon Hall's not playing. Simon Hall is going to be out for a couple of weeks, having damaged his foot. So I've bigged up Simon Hall in the intro, and you're not going to see him play today, but he has been our best player so far this season. Also, Mawson has been very good, but he's injured as well. So it's not quite a full-strength team. Luckily, the injuries have occurred in positions where we do have some strength in depth. Although it's two of our best players who are out, we've got pretty decent replacements. Keegan, I think, he's going to be a very good player. I'm tempted to try and extend his loan to the end of next season, or maybe even try a little cheeky signing permanently situation. Right, let's assertively say Wolves are 12th, we're 7th. Let's show them why. Yeah, no, nobody cares. Nobody cares at all. Oh well. Liam Moore's market value has reached a point where it may exceed his reported £5 million release fee. I don't care. He's our backup centre-back. If someone wants to give us £6 million for a 31-year-old backup centre-back from Fulham, I'm inclined to probably let him go. I think he's the kind of player who we can probably improve on. But, I don't know, do we go offering him a contract at this stage of his career? I mean, bearing in mind, I'm the man who went out and spent £10 million on Shane Duffy to play alongside him when Mawson's injured. So I guess my logic might not be as solid as it could be there, because we've already shown that we've had to pay way over that £5 million to bring in, a roughly equivalent player. I think Duffy and Moore, there's not a lot of difference between the two of them. So maybe we do need to offer Liam Moore a new contract. But I don't really want to be getting into offering ageing players big money just so we don't get held to ransom by release fees. So I don't know. Money is still a bit of a situation here at Fulham for us. We've not got much of it. We don't want to be giving a big chunk of that wage budget to Liam Moore if it could cost us the new central midfielder that could come in and make a massive difference. Because although our central midfield is solid, I think we're probably missing having a Josh Da Silva style player. We're not going to go and sign Josh Da Silva, but we're missing a Josh Da Silva style player who we had obviously at Bristol Rovers, we had him at Forest Green, who's going to burst through from that midfield and be that extra attacker when this is quite a good goal. Goodness me, that's a good goal. We're 1-0 down. That was absolutely cracking goal. But yeah, do we need an attacking midfielder who can push on and link up with our attackers a little bit? Because sometimes we find that our attacking players are a little bit isolated. I mean, that's straight at Rinner. It looked better first time round. On the replay, you've got to expect Rinner to do a little bit better. He's kind of pushed that into the top corner and made it look better than it is. It was really hit hard, but I don't know. Perhaps he should be doing a little bit better there. Do we need a goalkeeper? Right, let's be assertive. We've not really been the better team here. Show me something else in the second half. That's what we want to do, because we haven't been the better team. We've had a little bit more possession. I guess we are slightly edging most of these stats. 36% headers one is awful. I don't know how our headers one is that low, but everything else, we're doing all right. We just haven't really had any attacking oomph. There you go. We're demanding more. Should we make some changes? We don't really have much in the way of strength in depth. We've got McBurney who could come on. We've got Purby as well. Should we bring Purby on and see if he wants to be our... Oh, that's not what I was trying to do. If we do that and see if Purby can get a little bit further forward. And we are going to bring on McBurney as well. We're going to do a double substitution on the half-hour mark and see if we can recapture some of that early season form of Oliver McBurney. He was our top scorer after a game and a half. He's not scored since, though. He has been injured for most of that time. Keegan now with the cross to McBurney. McBurney's fouled and he's going to take the penalty himself. So 67 minutes on the clock. McBurney has a chance to score his first goal since the first episode of the season. Can he tuck the penalty away? He cannot. The long run of Oliver McBurney not scoring goals continues. I knew I was right to scapegoat him way back when we first started at Fulham. He's not a goal scorer. Larsson now with another cross. McBurney, and it's over. McBurney could have put us 2-1 up in the last minute and a half of this game. Come on, Ollie. Let's grab a couple of goals here. More now. Knocks it all the way back to our keeper. We just play the ball around nicely. I like this part of our game. We just need a little bit more cutting edge going forward. Matrica now trying to provide exactly that. Out to Keegan. Keegan, big shoes to fill with Hall not playing. And Hussein Purbai has just done a Josh De Silva. That's exactly what we were talking about wanting. It's not the late burst into the penalty area that we were after, but he's scored a goal from central midfield, and we don't get that very often, and it's a beauty as well. Keegan just plays it into Purbai. First time. It's a beautiful curler from 30 yards out. That is an incredible goal. Let's get creative. Let's push and grab a second now. We've not looked good enough to win a Premier League game today, but I want to go and win a Premier League game. And it would be nice to see McBurney grab another goal after so long without one. And Keegan I want a performance from as well, because we are missing Hall today. Hall is very, very direct and effective for us, and that's sad. That's their first real attack that I've seen. Apparently they've had 2 clear-cut chances, and it is on clear-cut chances it's completely fair at the moment. I don't remember them having a previous good chance. They had that one good shot that was just hit hard that Rinner didn't deal with. I mean, that's poor defending there from Moore, but I don't think we deserve to be 2-1 down. Let's demand more again. We can't demand more again. Right, what have we got? Have we got anyone else who can come on and change a game? Freddie Power could come on that left wing. Or Mendy could come on in midfield. Freddie Power. Are you going to come on and offer us anything? He's another one like McBurney that the comments section seems to like. I can't get away from the fact that he's a striker who's scored 5 goals in 65 appearances for us. Now, I know that a lot of those have been substitute appearances, but still, he's never scored a Premier League goal. He doesn't feel like someone who's going to come on and change this game. Let's try Mendy. Let's shuffle it all around a little bit again. And, I mean, it's not the most ambitious change we could have made, but then we've not got any strength in depth. Demand more. Come on now. Someone said the other day, why don't I go attacking in situations like this? Because I've done it so many times before, and all it does is guarantees no highlights. It seems to have very little impact, so I tend to leave that alone completely. But we've lost a game today that we should have won, and that's very frustrating. Let's be aggressive. I am far from pleased with that, because we should have done better than that. That was rubbish. Let's go and score 4 goals past West Ham for the 3rd time in a row. One change for the West Ham game, then how could we not give Purbai a start after the goal he scored in the last game? So he comes into the midfield with Cullen dropping down to the bench. Cullen's been struggling a little bit just in general in the Premier League, actually. A 6.63 for the season. I don't know if this lad's a Premier League player. As good as he was last season, decent player for most Championship sides. I think that's probably Josh Cullen's problem. So it might even end up being a more long-term switch in that midfield, although Purbai is very well suited to League One football. Yikes, my word. Well, he comes into the midfield anyway. No other changes. Hall's still injured. Mawson's still injured. McBurney missed his penalty, so he doesn't get an opportunity to come in for Mitrovic up front. So we'll just stick as we are with the rest of the team. West Ham are going with 3 strikers because they're afraid of us, because we beat them all the time. West Ham have lost. Yeah, let's pile on the misery today. We've got to pile on the misery, because why? I can't motivate a team anymore. They're all listening keenly. As long as they're paying attention, doesn't matter if they're motivated, they listen keenly. And as a former teacher, that's enough for me. I want to know that they're listening keenly, because then they might be absorbing some of it. West Ham have intercepted the ball almost immediately and are coming at us, but we collect the ball up with Rinner. Rinner has just faffed around there, and he was at fault for one of the goals in the last game. He is absolutely at fault for that goal, and with 30 seconds on the clock, Rinner has just... I mean, he knows the transfer window opens, doesn't he? I think goalkeeper is screaming out to me after these last couple of games. Rodek's injured long-term anyway, so he's not there as an option to bring in, and that might even be part of the problem, the fact that he doesn't have any proper competition at the moment. But he is having a run of terrible form. Right, we need to concentrate. I don't normally tell the whole team to concentrate. There you go, it's frustrated, lots of them. Very frustrated. You're not as frustrated as I am. Rinner's anxious. Well, at least someone's responded appropriately. remember, the last 2 times we played against West Ham, we've scored 4 goals against them. One of them was around this time last year in the FA Cup when we absolutely thumped them from the division below. It's a worrying sign if West Ham are now better than us all of a sudden, because they're a team that are below us in the league. And although we had that nice little run of games going into this match, if we somehow find a way to lose both of these games, which one of the reasons I want to show you this, not just because the window is about to open, I thought these were 2 fairly winnable games. I thought we'd be showing you a nice little run of form that we've been on. We're not the same team without Simon Hall. Right, no, let's be aggressive actually. We're rarely aggressive at half-time, but we need to sort our lives out, and that has had quite the impact. Hopefully they go out there and show me something, because we've not had a shot in that whole first half, not a single shot. We're not controlling possession the way we normally do. We're fouling constantly. We've just been rubbish. 10 minutes in, we've still not had a shot. Oh, there you go. We finally had 2 shots. One of them's gone wide. I'm feeling changes in the very near future. We'll let this highlight end, and then we're going to make at least one substitution. I feel like Alan Sugar on The Apprentice there. At least one of these players is going to get fired, because they're just... I'm very upset with all of them, and I'm so glad I waited for the highlight to end, because now we get to see us 2-0 down. And really worryingly, we've been pathetic in this match. Against Wolves, Wolves were a team higher than us in the league. Yes, they were in a bit of a ropey run of form. Yes, there was a lot of fortune to one of their goals. But even the media after the game, the response was, you actually put up quite a good fight there against a team you expected to lose heavily to. Okay, I can accept that disappointment then. But West Ham are rubbish, and we've looked awful against them. Right, Mitrovic is coming off. You know what? We're going to try Freddie Power. We're going to give this guy a go. He can play as the advance forward. No one else is scoring goals for us, so let's see if Power wants to come on and score some goals. I wonder if we just take off... do we take off another one as well? Let's take off Keegan and stick McBurney out on the wing. We've done that with him before. And I wonder... We've got Cullen. We know Cullen isn't any good. Johan Larsson's on the bench. That's probably something that needs fixing. Let's get Larsson on as well. Right. We did turn down some offers for Johan Larsson, by the way, who he's declining fast, particularly on his physicals. We have a very rapid deterioration happening in some areas of Johan Larsson's play, which is a bit of a worry. He's out of contract at the end of the season. He'll probably be going then. You know what I'm going to do? If West Ham can do this, why can't I do this? So you can be a target man. What do you like to be when you're a striker? Yikes, you don't like it at all. In that case, you stay out there, do this, and get involved that way. So, triple substitution on the hour mark. Let's go attacking. I say we don't do it because it makes no difference. Let's go attacking. Let's get creative. And let's see what kind of mess we make of the rest of this game now. Spoilers, it's going to be a big mess. Big mess incoming. I'm chickening out of that. I can't do that. We'll go back to positive, because I don't want to lose 4-0. We've beaten them 4-0 twice. We're now 3-0 down on 68 minutes. They're getting rid of any evidence of us ever being better than them. They're absolutely smashing us. I need more money. If the board are watching, 18.5 million quid is not going to be enough. We still need to win another 5 games this season to stay up. We need 15 points from somewhere, and right now we do not look like we're ever going to get anywhere near them, because we have been so poor. In this game particularly, this is probably the worst performance that my Fulham team have given me since I've been here. We've had some poor results, but I don't think we've ever played this poorly. We have looked awful. And I think number 4 is incoming. There it is. Just going to sit here and drink my coffee now. I think there's nothing to be done at this point. We're not very good. I absolutely don't want to see a replay, so we can skip that nonsense straight away. As it stands, it puts us down to 11th place. We're still 8 points clear of the relegation zone. We're still above West Ham in the league. But, oh my word, has it been poor. Matriza scores! Yay! There's surely no Fulham fans left in the ground to celebrate that. That's one of those goals where it goes in and it's just silent. In fact, it'll be one of those goals, because it's the 93rd minute, the goal goes in, there's no reaction from anybody. The West Ham fans just keep singing and nobody even realises the goal has been scored. Oh. I need another £100 million to spend in this transfer window to turn this into a team that doesn't do that. I'm not happy there. That was terrible. You bunch of morons. Well, transfer window is open. Wheeler dealing about to commence, and you'll find out what I got up to on Sunday's episode. We're going to do the full... I'll go through the full transfer window before then. We'll be back on Sunday with probably Southampton and Brighton, and hopefully some transfers to show you as well. That was rubbish. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.